Hi, today I'm going to talk about the AI image repository. This is a presentation that I gave at the Japan Moodle Moot a little bit earlier this month, and I thought it would be good to do it here also so that other people can see it. I'm Justin, I'm the Poodle guy, and Poodle is a Moodle certified integration. This plugin was made by Poodle, but it's not a commercial plugin, so you can just get that from the Moodle plugins directory and get started. So let me just discuss a little bit about the problem, which is why we made the AI image repository. In Moodle, there are two basic ways to get an image into an activity. The main way is to use the HTML editor. You can choose an image, or you can just drag and drop an image into the editing area, and then you can resize it or add text around it and do other sort of HTML editing tasks. The other way of doing it is to have the file picker or the file manager, and this doesn't give you the option to add text or to resize it in the graphical way, but it's a simple way of just uploading files into some part of Moodle. So the point here, and this is kind of why we need to make the AI image repository, is because the HTML editor is available in activity descriptions, question text areas, HTML blocks, and the file picker is available in other locations, for example, as forum attachments or as the image that you specify for making a course, and some other locations. But AI image generation is only available in the HTML editor currently, and that's using the Moodle Core AI image generation feature. So if you want to create course images or forum attachments or user profile pictures or some other content type, for example, a tiles course format image, you don't have the option to use the AI image generation within Moodle. Okay. So that's the problem that the AI image repository resolves. Let's have a look at how AI images are generated on Moodle. So you start with the HTML editor. There's a little starry icon here. If you expand that, you'll get the AI generate image or AI generate text menu option. You'll only have this if your administrator has set up AI providers for your Moodle site, but if they have, then you'll be able to do this. If you select AI generate image, then you'll get this pop-up dialog on the right-hand side here where you can specify information about the image that you want to be created, and it will create that for you. So let's just go and do that now so we can see what it actually looks like. Here is a test forum. If I click add discussion topic and then go and choose my little starry icon thing here, I've got the option to AI generate text or AI generate image. I'll just make that a little bit bigger so you can, no, you can't see it. Maybe you can pick it like that. There we go. AI generate text. And then, in fact, we want AI generate image. AI generate image. Great. So here we have that little dialog, and we'll enter in some text. So a picture, a cute hedgehog drinking a saucer of milk. For no particular reason, but that will generate our image. Okay, that's very good. So there we have, and it was very fast too, wasn't it? There's an image of a hedgehog drinking from a saucer of milk. And it's going to get its feet wet. Okay, so we're happy with that. That will become our alt image and then save. Okay, and that is now in our HTML area. If I just resize it to make it a little bit easier for us to see, there we go. That's what it looks like. I might resize that a little bit more. Okay, post that form. Got my screen size down, back to normal. Has that been added to the form? There we go. Okay, so now we have a picture of a hedgehog, and that is how we would create an image for an activity using the standard Moodle HTML editor. Now, in the case of the file picker or the file manager where you want to add an image but you don't have an HTML editor area, it works like this. In that location over here, where we have the plus button, we uh, we access the repository system. That's because we can't add buttons here in the same way that we can add buttons to the HTML editor. We can't do that in the file picker or the file manager, so we need to use a different method. So if we click on that plus icon here, that will open the Moodle repository system. And you might have seen it, you may not have known it was called the Moodle repository system, but there on the left-hand side we have the repositories, including the URL downloader or the upload a file or the Wikimedia repositories. And you'll see that we have added here the AI image repository. So if you select the AI image repository, you'll get a little dialog like this, very similar to the one we saw before, where we can specify an image that we want to have uploaded into our activity. So great, let's go and do that. So go back to our area here, and since we did talk about doing it as a course image, let's do that over in the course image area. So let's go to the course that we've got here for the Moodle Japan 2026 Moot. And if we scroll down here, we do not have a course image. Look at that, but we would like to have a course image. So if we pop that open here and we put in the prompt that we want for the course image, the Moodle Moot Japan 2026 was in a prefecture called Shizuoka, which has beautiful views of Mount Fuji. So why don't we put here Mount Fuji through the windows of a bullet train. There you go. And we can choose the image type here. So we're going to choose photorealistic is good. Yeah, photorealistic. There we go. Make image. Now that is making our image. You can see down here's a little spinner. It's actually a little bit difficult to work in this location here. We couldn't kind of customize the appearance. So we'd like to kind of have a much more attractive spinner where you could see it's happening. But for now, we've just got this tiny little spinner. So don't be alarmed if you don't see much happening for a minute or two. It is in fact processing. Okay, look, and there's a picture of the bullet train through the windows of a bullet train, of a Mount Fuji through the windows of a bullet train. Okay, so let's select this file. And now we have a course image, so let's save that. If we go back to our My Courses page here, now we'll have the Moodle Moot Japan with Mount Fuji through the windows of a bullet train. Excellent. Okay, so that's a very nice thing. Now, one more thing I'd like to show you that we can do with the AI image repository is, I'm going to go back to our image test forum here, which is a good place to do this. And we have this picture of the hedgehog that we created. Now we're going to edit this here like this. Now the AI image repository is available here in the attachments area here. So we could have done this in the attachments area. But in this location here, we also can use the AI image repository. We just need to use it via the image icon there and click Browse Repositories. And there we have the AI image repository. Now what you'll see here, which is quite interesting, is that the images that have already been added in this area are loaded up into this location. So here we've got the picture of the hedgehog, and this allows us to edit the image of the hedgehog. So in this case, we've got the hedgehog, and the hedgehog is drinking from a saucer of milk. So we can actually change that to, for whatever reason, we could make that a cute kitten drinking from a saucer of milk. So let's do that. Change the image of a hedgehog to an image of a cute kitten drinking from the saucer of milk. And that will use the existing image type. So that's why the image type here is grayed out. Click gray, make image, and there it is, processing again. So this is quite useful because it allows us to, for example, start with a base image, perhaps a boy playing tennis, and then to change just one aspect of that image. So we can have variation of the same image, which is quite difficult to do by searching for images on the internet, but we can do that quite quickly by creating one image and then making variations of that image into the same location. So here we've got the the same picture of the saucer of milk in the room, but in this case, the hedgehog has been replaced by a cute cat. So that will prompt us to overwrite the existing image. Why don't we just rename it so we actually have both images in the area here? I'll just go like that for now. Okay, and there you see we've actually got two images, and they're the same image actually. Just the hedgehog has been replaced by the cat. We could remove this one if we wanted to, or we could just keep the two of them. Why don't we keep two of them just because it's kind of cool, and we'll save them. Okay, so the AI image repository requirements are uh, one or other. You can either have the AI provider set up in your Moodle site already. Your site administrator may have done that. OpenAI or Google Gemini are the main ones, but any AI provider that provides image generation features will work. Or if you're a Poodle subscriber, you just need to add your API user and secret into the plugin settings, and it will work for you. So if you've got Poodle Media or Poodle Essentials or Poodle Languages, then you can get started right away. One thing to note is that the ability to edit the images is only available on Google Gemini or the Poodle subscription option. OpenAI currently doesn't do that, not in our implementation anyway. Okay, and that's it. So if you're interested in trying the AI image repository, the URL is there, moodle.org plugins repository AI image. You can just search for AI image repository Moodle, and that will probably show up as well.